Hey everybody, today we're talking about what it's like to ride as a couple. Let's go for a ride. Alright, hey everybody. So this is going to be a little bit shorter ride than usual, so we're going to cut to the chase and we're going to chat about couples riding together. Like, what's it like? Is it cool? Would your wife or husband be interested, or other significant person? Zen, what's your thoughts?
I enjoy it. I enjoy it because of the companionship, and also you have another set of eyes that, are looking for situations, and, you can comment on stuff, like clouds in the sky, the shape of, how drivers are being, how the road conditions are. So it's kind of cool, especially if you have the comms that we do. It's kind of fun to have someone, live comment on things with you. Number one. Number two, it's also fun because you can see riding styles like going without, having to follow another biker or something like that. I get to see PJ's riding style and what he would do in situations. What about you?
Well, so I don't know. I'm thinking like somebody who might be watching this video is hoping to get a couples riding situation going for themselves. So I guess the question would be to you is okay, so you wanted to ride a long time ago, right? You thought about,
I thought
cool
it was cool.
Ride.
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool thing to ride a motorcycle. Yes. Elvis Presley.
So then, I'm the one who kind of brought up the whole idea, and I started off with like, hey, maybe we should get some like cheap scooters and like do little scooting around stuff. And then it kind of just kept progressing from there and getting a little bigger and bigger each time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for other people. For the biggest thing for me is to do it right and do it using, the right way and making sure that you have the skills. So when you first brought it up, and that was forever long ago. Are we stopping again?
Yeah, we're stopping. Darn it. Sorry, everybody. A lot of red lights here.
So when we first started, when you first asked me, there was a lot of hesitancy because the statistics, because I do rain research, was that if you ride anywhere within, I think it was 15 years, you would it was like 99.9% you would get into a fatal crash.
Yeah, I think that's some really old, weird statistical information.
Yeah, I mean, this was a while ago when you brought it up, right? So when I heard that, of course, and I at that point I haven't, gone into research statistic and how surveys are done, how you can skew the data, and how things like that. But anyway, so of course there was a part of me that was like, I do not want to lose PJ. Like, I don't want to lose him. So a part of me, that huge part of me, is thinking, if I say yes to like us start writing, am I going to lose my husband, my best friend, So that was the biggest hurdle for me. But once we started writing and, we took the MSF course and we looked at writing styles, who's that follower that we like a lot, that he does a lot of the red zone, yellow zone.
Oh, yeah, Dan the fireman.
Yeah, he helped a lot with just understanding how to ride fun and safe at the same time. So once that got, started, you couldn't convince me not to ride.
But what was it that kind of like let it break for you, where you were like, yeah, okay, fine, let's do this? Like, what was it?
I don't know if there is a break. I have always really enjoyed speed. When I was riding bicycles in high school, I would bomb down the hills, right? And like I would go in the middle of the the road in San Diego. Don't do this. A policeman actually asked me if I was insane because you're not supposed to ride a bicycle in the middle of, a 4-lane street. So there was a little bit of a hooligan in me always anyway. But once I started to see how you ride, and we took the MSF course and we were safe, and we looked at all the gear all the time, things like that has really convinced me that we could do this and be safe and minimize the statistical risks.
So then, let's say, what would you recommend? Because let's face it, the majority of YouTube metrics tend to be more male driven in motorcycling. So if a guy is looking at this video and going, man, I really wish my wife would, ride her own bike. What do you have any recommendation on how to broach that subject? Or
I think ultimately it's all about not pressuring anybody anywhere to do anything they're not ready for, right? Okay. The fact that I'm stuck on a scooter right now is not by my choice. We'll talk about that in a later video. I want a faster bike. Like, I've been wanting a faster bike since May, but the fact that you were perfectly fine with me starting on a Vespa, with me thinking I'm only going to ride every weekend rather than every single day when I first started. We went to a empty parking lot every weekend, and it didn't hurt that it was fun times, and we practiced in the parking lot before I even ever got on the street. Just take it easy and be patient and really build up the confidence of being able to just, go on side streets or go on really fun, adventures together. That should be the draw in the very beginning, even for people who are not into, super high speed or things like that. So the draw should be, this is an adventure that we could have together, and it doesn't have to be high speed, and it doesn't have to be long distance. It could literally be, we're gonna right down to having sushi together and or boba tea together, and that adds to the element that interests your significant other or partner into riding.
Assuming your significant other likes Asian food, because apparently the two options was boba tea and sushi. So.
Okay, fine. I can't think of things right now.
Steak and cheese.
Some kind of fusion mac and cheese. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I personally, if you're already riding and your wife already rides on the back of your bike, or your husband, again, there's no judgment. Everybody comes in different types. So the point is if you've already got, a passenger and they're okay with that level of risk, I mean, I kind of feel like getting them on a bike shouldn't be too hard. And maybe they are uncomfortable with stick shift, so using a clutch and such. Well, look at scooters, look at, Honda DCT bikes. Like, there's a lot of options, and frankly, like, there's no shame in not using a clutch. It's kind of like, hey, whatever you're most comfortable with, and if that's what gets your significant other riding with you, like, don't try to force the whole, you gotta use a clutch. It's gotta be manual transmission or it's not riding.
Wait, hold on. What character is this?
I don't know. That's the grumpy motorcyclist character.
Oh, okay.
That's the judgmental motorcyclist character.
There we go. Okay.
No, clutch. So,
okay.
But just keep that in mind. Are you into cruisers? Hey, Honda Rebel 1100 DCT. You into adventure bikes? Hey, Honda NC 750. But again, like, you know what? If the comfort level of your significant other is scooters seem less scary, you know, and that's what they want to go with, hey, go with a scooter. There should be no shame in this. It's about going out and having fun. And, you know, frankly, and not that this was Zen's situation, her situation was different, but a lot of people find scooters to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Safer. It's slower. Of course, a slide at 45 miles per hour is the same off of my bike as it is off of her bike, you know, but it's just that comfort level and just educating. And, you know, at GAT, yeah, all the gear all the time. It gives you a sense of safety, well, because it is safe. So that's something to think about. But I love that we ride together. I think it's been a really cool thing for us. It's kind of, I mean, this is more than a hobby to us now because we commute daily and so on, but it's created a hobby that we can share together and enjoy together. And, you know, we're being a little more adventurous in going out places because it's fun to ride and it's fun to ride to new spots. And that's pretty neat because, frankly, you know, we hadn't been doing that for a while, so this is good.
Patience.
I mean,
being patient is really important, because if you have someone who's not ready to ride yet and you put them on a KTM, KTM, if you put them on a KTM, they're gonna freak out. You know, they're gonna freak out. That's a lot of, you know, power that to a new rider. You know, so being patient is really, really important. And, you know, allowing that person to have their own journey. If they don't like a specific bike because of the look, because of the color, because of the whatever. Oh, hello. Okay. Whatever their reason for not liking the bike, just go with them on it. You know,
ask what they want. It's not. Yeah. It's about what they want, what they're comfortable with, not what you think is best for them. You know, because yeah, I mean, you'll look at it and maybe go, "Oh, I really feel like you're going to grow out of that thing really." Well, you know what? If that's what happens, that's what happens. You want this partner to ride with you. You know, you want to stop calling random bros to go out on a ride. Like, this is what you got to do. You got to be patient and you got to accept that other people have their viewpoint of what they're comfortable with and what they want to do. So ask questions and follow through with those answers.
Right. I mean, this is not to say there isn't merits in having your buddies to ride with and a group that you ride with. This is just our opinions on why couple riding is really fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great and I'm loving it, and I'd rather ride with her than anybody else. So there you go.
Wait till I get my big girl bike and pass you.
Oh yeah. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, we're buying an Africa Twin.
There you go.
Let's go. So, just on another note, you know, we're on our way to a name I'm not going to say correctly, but it's basically Japanese barbecue.
It's pronounced gyukaku, and it means the horn of the bull. The horns of the bull.
So we're gonna go have bull horns.
No.
We've never been there before. It seems interesting. Gonna give it a shot. If you've ever done Korean barbecue where you kind of cook at your table, it's the same concept. That's
similar. It's similar. So the Japanese one is not marinated, and their focus is mostly on beef. And the Korean introduced a lot of pork and a lot of other meat into their barbecue at the table. So the Japanese one's main focus is beef.
Yep. So there we go. We'll check in with you soon. And now we just hang out.
Yay.
Yay.
I hope you don't mind I corrected you on
what?
things. Or supplemented. on things.
No, why would I?
I don't know. I was worried about your ego.
I have no ego.
Yes, you do.
No, I gave my ego away when I got married.
Ha 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 ha. No.
Okay.
That's so not even true.
Please like and subscribe.
What?
I don't know.
Wait, which lane?
Sorry, I just went a little wide by accident.
I love couples riding.
Look you. Pull straight in. We'll deal with it after the fact.
Okay.
Well, I've got bad news and good news. So, the bad news is something went wrong with my microphone. I don't know what happened. I guess it came loose. Who knows? So, my audio was terrible. Zen's audio was great, but we're gonna cut it. Good news is that the video was getting a little long. We felt like there was a lot to cover in about all the intricacies of being a couple that rides. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it gave you insight. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe. It means a lot to us, and stay safe out there. Bye.